Dragon's Gambit. Strategic Intelligence Analysis, Episode 2. Part 3. The Defense Vulnerability in Concrete Terms. What actually happens to American military readiness when the supply chain breaks? The F-35, a case study in embedded dependency. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is the most capable fighter aircraft in operational service anywhere in the world, and one of the most rare Earth-intensive military platforms ever built. The specific dependencies. Actuator systems, the flight control surfaces, ailerons, elevators, rudders, are moved by electromechanical actuators driven by permanent magnet motors. These motors require NdFeB magnets with dysprosium addition for high-temperature performance. There is no alternative magnet technology that provides equivalent power density in the available space. Radar systems. The N/APG-81 AESA radar uses lanthanum hexaboride cathodes and rare earth-doped components in its high-power amplifiers. Electronic warfare systems. The N/ASQ-239EW suite uses terbium and europium compounds in signal processing components. Engine components. The F-135 engine uses praseodymium alloyed high-temperature components. Total rare earth content per aircraft, approximately 920 pounds, with neodymium, dysprosium, and lanthanum representing the majority. The production rate for F-35s is approximately 156 aircraft per year. At 920 pounds per aircraft, that is approximately 144,000 pounds, 65 metric tons, of rare earth materials annually for F-35 production alone, before considering maintenance and spare parts requirements. The inventory calculation. If Chinese rare earth exports were cut to zero tomorrow, and assuming zero existing inventory buffer, F-35 production would begin to slow within weeks as component suppliers ran out of magnet material. Maintenance of existing aircraft, which requires replacement actuators and other components, would face similar constraints. At 12 weeks of existing inventory, a generous estimate for most component suppliers, production disruption would be measurable. At 6 months, production halt at current domestic alternative supply levels. These numbers are approximations based on public production data and supply chain analysis. The actual classified assessment is presumably more precise. But the order of magnitude, weeks to months, not years, is consistent with what defense industry analysts have been reporting to open-source audiences since at least 2019. Guided munitions, the consumption problem. Fighter aircraft are platforms. They consume munitions. And the munitions problem is, if anything, more acute than the platform problem. The United States military has consumed guided munitions at rates in recent conflicts, Iraq, Afghanistan, the counter-ISIS campaign, support to Ukraine, that have repeatedly created supply chain stress even without an adversary actively disrupting materials. Each Joint Direct Attack Munition, JDAM, guidance kit contains NdFeB magnets in its control actuators. Each Hellfire missile contains rare earth materials in its seeker and guidance system. Each Tomahawk land attack cruise missile contains rare earth materials in its guidance, propulsion, and seeker systems. Wartime consumption of guided munitions is measured in thousands per month. The rare earth content in that consumption, aggregated, is substantial, and its supply chain leads to China. The stock answer, we have inventory buffers, requires scrutiny. The General Accounting Office and various Inspector General reports over the period 2020 to 2025 consistently found that defense supply chain inventory buffers for critical materials, including rare earth components, were below levels that could sustain extended conflict with a major power. The specific numbers are classified, but the direction of the finding is clear from unclassified summaries.